Okay, this is part 3 of my squirrel cage blower motor replacement on this Lennox air conditioner. And keep in mind, this air conditioner is 12 years old now. 24, yeah. 12 years old, and it's basically worked flawlessly. And the coils are down in here. You can't see them, but they're underneath here. The electronics is up here, and power in, etc., etc. These are the wiring harnesses that I disconnected. They snap in and snap out pretty easy. I did want to say that, like I said, I got an estimate of, I'm going to move this out of here. I got an estimate of almost $1,500 to replace this motor. And I also mentioned that lay people like me cannot buy a new Lennox motor from Lennox, I call them. They will not sell it to me. I have to be a certified AC technician or company in order for them to sell me a new motor. The only motors I could buy were pretty much rebuilt. I did find one online which was about $500 and something. This motor, there's two of them, and keep in mind that's the first one they sent me right here. It didn't work for more than 2 hours, 3 hours. $300 is my cost. Okay, so $299, free shipping. It was here very quickly, so I got to give kudos to United HVAC Motors, rebuilt motors. I got to give them kudos for getting it out to me quickly. However, when I had a problem, they didn't answer the phone. They lied to me, telling me they were going to send me out a motor on a Friday before I went to San Francisco, which was the following Thursday, I believe. And so they never sent it until I complained again on Monday morning. And then they sent it eventually. I got it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the day before I left, and I couldn't put it in because I couldn't trust it. So now, to do my due diligence to the company that assured me this one would work, I have to put it in. So that's what I'm doing. I've got the blower removed, and down here on the floor sits the squirrel cage, and it gives off a tremendous amount of air, of blowing effect. Of course, there's the open end over here. And the first step that I need to do is to remove this set screw down here. I'm going to get on my knees for a second. This screw here has to come off. This is actually holding the blower blades onto the motor shaft. And I was very careful when doing this, measuring everything. You can't see it here, but this is actually 15/16 from the end of this, let's say, it's not a bushing, but from the end of this piece here on the blower fan blade to the end of the shaft is 15/16. So I know what that measurement is. I've written it down, and now I just have to remove, I gotta loosen this and just remove this nut, the screw. So hold on a second while I do that. Okay. That noise you heard was the blower blades going down. So now you can see I can lift this up and down. It's free. And of course, I've already cleaned the shaft with sandpaper and oil to smooth it out, so I have no problem getting the old motor out. Okay? Okay, so that took just a couple of seconds. Now I've got to turn this unit over. I'm going to try to do that with one hand, carefully. Forgive the camera work, but I'll have it in just a second. And that noise you just heard was the blower sliding down the shaft and stopping at the housing. Okay, so here we are now at the blower unit, and this thing has a name, and I can't remember what it's called, but there's a certain name. Let me see. ECM. It's the electronic something module or whatever, and basically all the brains to this motor are in here, and I know there's also capacitors in here. So this comes with the motor. It's a separate piece they screw on, but it is in fact kind of sealed with the motor. They put a piece of tape over it somewhere, and they tell you do not break this tape, otherwise your warranty is void. Okay, so the next step is to simply, we need to loosen these 3 screws, and can't remember, let me see here. Are they this size? Yeah, they are. Okay, so these 3 screws are, let me see, 3/8 of an inch. Forgive the camera work because I'm reading something on the refrigerator. Yeah, 3 rubber mounted legs on air handler fan housing. 3/8 inch removes these. I'm going to use a socket to do that. Loosen them all. And here's the 3rd one. Okay, they're quite long, so I'm just going to finish them off by hand. Maybe not. It'd be nice if I had my wife holding the camera here. Perhaps I should just end this part and move to the next. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, there's no reason for you to watch me unscrew these. Basically, these three screws come out and this whole unit pops out. So we're going to end this one and go to part 4.